name's Tyler. We're on Hogilac TV. Today we're going to talk to Hogilac, the writer behind the channel.
What's going on, Tyler? Hey, like you said, my name is Rob. And also I'm the Hogilac. I grew up in South Carolina. I actually hopped in South Carolina. And after graduating high school, spent a little bit over 28 years in the Army. So right now, I'm just living the life of a veteran, trying to live the dream on two wheels and having a cigar.
How you been riding for?
Actually, I did a little dibbing and dabbing on some riding back when I was in, my uncle had a bike when I was in high school. You see a little riding on that, but my first bike I actually bought myself in 2000, maybe like 2004. And yeah, 2004 is when I first bought a motorcycle. And so since then, that's when I really been riding. And then of course it wasn't a Harley Davidson, but eventually I got into the Harley Davidson thing. You know, I bought it for just cheap transportation because I was living like 30 miles away from
What was that bike?
It was a Zuki Velusa 800.
So when you got that bike, was that the first time you ever rode a motorcycle before?
Yeah, seriously, all the roads, highways. Other than that, you know, I just moved a motorcycle around the yard at motorcycle shows and car shows and stuff. First time I actually got into like really riding is when I bought that bike in 2004.
So you started out with it because it was an economical option for you to get back and forth to work. That's how you got it. Is that kind of how you got into it?
Yes. Very cheap on gas. Gas was about $4.80 a gallon when I was stationed at Fort Lewis in 2003, 2004. And so it's pretty cheap transportation, driving 30 miles one way to work.
Yeah.
But of course it got cold. And then I was back in the ride. You know, I only was able to ride it 2 weeks out of here.
Yeah. Did you do like dirt bikes, anything like that? Did you say you grew up in South Carolina, so in the country, so did you do anything else on two wheels, or just been motorcycles?
Nah, I never really messed with bicycles.
Bicycles?
10 speed.
Yeah.
and I guess at some point, you know, probably had a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about motorcycles since you have one?
The camaraderie, you know, what it brings together, you know, 'cause if you go on a motorcycle, and you ride, so you know,
yeah.
You get on a motorcycle and take off and go to the gas station.
Yeah.
Somebody say something to you on a motorcycle, you know, whether they ride or not, you know, and even the guys with bikes, you just meet a lot of people. And of course, when you ride something like the Hogilac, it's always a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it's good conversation.
I say that's probably my favorite thing too. You can just ride down the road no matter where you're at, throw your hands down there, and they acknowledge you back. I think that's pretty cool. Going down the highway, it don't really matter where you're at, but that's probably my favorite thing too.
The biggest thing though is, even if somebody's not really cool with you, if you roll up with a motorcycle, man, you know, it's a different world. If you would have walked up to the store that day or drove your truck to the store,
yeah,
they may not have said anything to you. But when you roll up in on two wheels,
because everybody got four wheels, right?
Everybody, it's a difference. You know, you roll up in on two wheels, man. Even people that don't ride, you know, say something to you about what you're doing. You know, it's pretty cool. It's just bring you together.
Yeah. If you could ride with anybody, dead or alive, who'd you pick?
Well, I mean, my dad is alive. I would like to ride with him. He used to ride back in the day. But he ain't getting on a motorcycle right now. Not sure if Tupac ever rode, man, but Tupac is somebody that I would love to go for a ride with, you know, put on some tunes. Especially, man, just put on Tupac soundtrack. And I'd love to ride the West Coast of Tupac. So
to backtrack a little bit, you said your dad rode, right?
Yeah.
So what did he have? Did he have the Harley Davidson too?
Oh yeah, my dad has. We'll probably talk about that a little later as we get going. But my dad had a little old school Harley, and he's a big dude, but he had like a Harley AMF, a 73. I got that in the garage right now. It's only got about 5,100 original miles. So at some point, I'm gonna restore that. But the Hogilac getting all the attention right now.
So going into that, how'd that bike name come about? How did Hogilac get born?
But the Hogilac, man, I was just trying to. I got my first bike when I was getting ready to buy Harley Davidson. The original Hogilac was actually a 03 Electric Glide Anniversary Edition, 100th anniversary. And I picked it up when I was in North Carolina. And I was going to buy a bike or a Corvette. And, you know, I was just looking for a nice, decent bike. And I put a little budget out there and I picked it up. And I said I wanted, you know, you heard of Cadillac, right?
Yeah.
The Cadillac's a nice ride. So I wanted my Harley Davidson to be the Cadillac of Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
So I came up with the Hogilac and put it on plates. So actually what I have now is a Hogilac remix, but you know, it's always gonna be the Hogilac. So that's how I came up with that, because I feel like it is the Cadillac of the Harley Davidsons, you know. So that's where that came from.
So you got a bunch of different bagger brands out there. I mean, you got Indian and Victory and stuff like that. But why'd you choose Harley Davidson to be the bike?
Well, I looked at a Vision Victory back in the day, but then they were closing out, and they said they weren't going to continue making them, so I didn't think it'd be cool to do that. And then I looked at all the custom stuff, you know, because I knew I was going to do some things to it. And with my Suzuki, you know, it's nothing. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I enjoyed that bike. It was nice, but you know, nobody don't go out to go down to the Suzuki dealership and pick up some Suzuki Chucks. Or you don't see nobody. I mean, I guess if you racing, you know, you probably wear a Suzuki hat, but I never had a Suzuki baseball cap, or I couldn't even imagine wearing a Suzuki t-shirt, you know.
Yeah. But
you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying it's a bad deal, but Harley Davidson, man, it's a lot of customization that you can do with it. You know, you can do almost anything that you want to do.
So on that bike, I know you made a bunch of trips. What's the furthest one you've done?
I think I was in North Carolina. You know, it's only one state over, but I know my Suzuki, I took a trip up to Virginia on it. Rode to South Carolina. You know, I rode to my parents' place when I was there. I did that on the original Hogilac.
How long was the trip to Virginia? How long did that take?
I was on like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour trip that I took.
That's just a turn and burn, or what was that?
Actually, I was going to a military school.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I went to a meeting, like a meeting up there for 3 or 4 days. But it was pretty cool, you know. I packed all my stuff in my saddlebags, took off, and chilled. Actually, it rained 2 days of that, you know, so I probably was out in the parking lot of the hotel. But it was nice to ride. I was looking forward to, you know, riding back home. And over here, you know, I did several rides to California, a couple times to Phoenix, Utah. But you know, it's whenever I can get it in, I get it in.
So you've been to a bunch of different places across the country. Then, is there anywhere you want to go in the world when you bike and take it on a ride?
Well, naturally, I like to ride anywhere, but being right here on the West Coast, I mean, with the scenery that I have here,
yeah,
I feel like I'm living a dream right now, you know, because it's like a screensaver on the computer, man. You know, the mountain views, you can see snow caps. You know, from here to California, it's a nice ride. It's not like being on the East Coast, you know. It's actually a good ride here, you know. And one day, you know, I could be in California, Arizona, back in Nevada, and then cross back into, you know, California or something before I get back to Nevada again, and then, you know, and all this can happen within a matter of 300 miles. Hey, so I'm the Hogilac. Yeah, check the channel out. I mean, it's gonna be some everyday life things and a lot about motorcycles and cigars. But other than that, let's ride.
Let's ride.